Right there, guys. How's it going? My mic's on, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's on. How are we all doing? We're all doing good. So I'm going solo tonight. Shauna, unfortunately, is not well. Get well soon, pal. And yeah, I hope everyone else is doing good out there. Today, I just wanted to ask the question because I've seen it doing the rounds online a lot. Is are Liverpool ready for the season after this game against Crystal Palace? Like, we'll go into it a little bit deeper afterwards, but I do think some people are maybe throwing the throwing the baby out of the pram of a glorified game, to be fair. But yeah, anyway, let's see what happens, won't we? I mean, we've got a lot of players to sort out and everything like that. And I'll have a little touch on the whole Isaac situation as well, see how that goes. And then I've got like some little fun at the end. I'm actually gonna do my little prediction thing of like the tables and stuff like that. What I think the top 6 will be at the end of the season and who I think will also be relegated as well. So we've got all that to do, and I'll also be cutting that bit out as well and putting it out as a video all by itself. So have we got with us today? We've got Gary with us who's saying yes, obviously, to the question of what I've asked. Mark says no, we need a centre-back and a number 9. And then he says he's also good. Callum, Liverpool FC and Kansas City Chiefs fan. Welcome over, mate. You also agree that we are ready. Got Tony with us as well. I'm good, Tony Pal. Hope you are as well. And we've also got Sean in the building, guys. He's never away from the channel. Anyway, so where should we start then with this whole thing? And then do we go with, let's do this then. Are Liverpool ready for the start of the season, guys? What do you think? I mean, pre-season, it's pre-season, you know. You take it with a pinch of salt, don't you? You know, we've had seasons when Liverpool have been on fire during pre-season, where they've won every single game, scoring goals for fun. And then when it gets to the actual season, they've been garbage. Do you know what I mean? So take it as it is. Right now, you know, Friday will be a really good telling point of where we actually are at against Bournemouth, obviously. I do think that it's quite telling that certain players are not making it onto the pitch. I mean, you know, we're still seeing Elliott coming on, which I do find quite interesting, especially at this point of pre-season. You would have thought that if he's 100% going to be sold, that someone else who's going to can play that position would come on as Wirtz's replacement. But I don't know. I still expect Elliott to go, in all fairness. Like, you know, Chiesa's not really seen much, has he, at all? So I expect him to go. Obviously, we've just lost Darwin Núñez. Joe Gomez still nowhere to be seen. Obviously, can't stay fit. So the centre-back situation needs to be sorted, which you know, it seems to be like that Mark Gay thing, doesn't it? So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But for me, guys, with that Crystal Palace game, I think Van Dijk was at fault a lot, to be fair. I think, I said it to Sean the other day, I do think he has this tendency, you know, to look like he's not really trying, and he kind of like gets back and defends it and stuff. But the older he's getting, he's going to have to try a little bit harder. Do you know what I mean? His body's not going to be what it was when they first signed for us. And he has sustained that injury as well. So I don't know, guys. I just think, for me personally, Van Dijk needs to up his game a little bit. I think he's been poor. We've conceded so many goals as well, like during pre-season. Now, is that down to the fact that we've had new fullbacks coming in that are both very attacking? Maybe, but then again, at the same time, we had attacking fullbacks anyway, didn't we? Do you know what I mean? We had Trent who cut in, and we had Robbo that used to bomb down as well. So maybe that number 6 position needs to be looked at as well. You know, we missed Ryan Gravenberch at this weekend. Is that something that we missed? Potentially. Let's have a look at some of your comments, guys. Let's catch up on everything. We've got Gary here saying, Talio, Adams, Slot made mistakes. Liverpool are 3 attackers and Gay. Hugo will score 30 goals. He is a cop darling. I think you meant to say there, mate. Yeah. I thought Ekitike was quite good, to be fair. I thought he looked all right. I think he got a little bit tired towards the back end, but I do think he was all right. Miss Guzzi reckons we need cover for Ekitike and praying for 2 centre backs. I would be, Miss Guzzi, would you say then that we don't need an Isaac then, or do you think that Ekitike would be the number 1 striker? And we just get another striker that's not as prolific or as well known as Isaac? Is that something that you'd be looking for? Guy Richards again reckons Liverpool do the treble, league, Champions League, and FA Cup. We've got Callum saying that Bournemouth are weaker than ever. All their back line has gone. I kind of agree with that, mate. I think Bournemouth. I'll have to wait and see if I mention them in my my predictions at the end of the season. Tony says that Wirtz didn't look great yesterday. I think you could tell he wasn't on the pitch when he left. I think Liverpool's, they were steadily getting worse as the game went on. But I think when he went off, you could tell that he wasn't there anymore. And obviously he did set up the first goal as well. But I do think he started strong, but I do think he kind of faded away as well. So I don't know if that's down to match preparation, fitness levels. I don't know. It's still pre-season, isn't it, technically? But hopefully he's better on Friday. You'd expect him to be able to play full 90 minutes on Friday. Callum says the ref is Anthony Taylor and VI is Michael Oliver. Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. Shauno sharing the badges there, I see. That's nice of you, Shauno. We haven't seen them for a while. Mark as well, reminding me about Shimikas. Shimikas was left out of the team, wasn't he, yesterday? So, yeah, you kind of expect him to go. I think Nottingham Forest have been one of the teams that have been looking around him. Leeds. Maybe he goes abroad. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Would you be happy that Shimikas goes, or would you prefer Robbo to go? I mean, that was a thing up for the debate earlier on in the summer window, but I think that kind of makes sense. To be fair, I think you get more out of Robbo. He can play centre back as well if needed. Carl, channel members with us. Evening, mate. How's it going? I am good, mate. I'm good. Hope you are as well. Bon, Van Dijk, Salah, Kanate, Gakpo, Jones, Kirkes were poor yesterday. Was anyone good in your? No, I'm joking, mate. I think Alisson had a good game, considering we hadn't seen much of him all pre-season. He made some important saves. But no, I agree with the vast majority of that. Salah was poor yesterday. I think Salah's had a bit of a poor pre-season, to be fair. I don't think he's been that cracking. Shauno reminds everybody to smash that like button and share and get people to subscribe. And we do have the Fantasy League as well. That is, code should be on the social somewhere. I'll have to have a look for that. Mark agrees that we did miss Gravenberch yesterday. I do think that. I think we missed them absolutely by a mile. Tony says he agrees. Big Van, sorry, we definitely need a centre-back and an attacker. Sean says they don't want to be waiting around for Isaac, neglect the other positions that need filling, and two centre-backs are a must. Do you know what? I knew you were going to say like that, Sean. I was kind of hoping you were going to be on because I could do this little bit for you, but this narrative, and this is not just from you, Sean, that Liverpool are literally just focused on doing Isaac and not doing anything else anywhere else. I think it's quite laughable, to be fair. Because can you imagine that then? So like this is not Michael Edwards. What's he called? Richard Hughes coming into his day job. Yeah, so he comes in, sits down. What's my meetings for today? I've got a phone call with Newcastle at 10. I've got nothing to do after that. Fucking hell! Yeah, just got on phone. Hey Eddie, how you doing, mate? You all right? Yeah, you're good. Yeah. So still not on about selling Isaac then? No. All right then, nice one. See you later, lad. Right then, that's it. That's me done for today, lads. I'll see you tomorrow. Do you really think that that's happening? Like, he'll be doing other things as well, honestly. M87 Sabozlai did my head in, always looking for Salah or losing possession. I thought Sabozlai was all right yesterday. He did play a lot of them balls towards the Salah side, though. I do get you. But I do like him playing a little bit deeper. I do like him there. Gary Richards, Barakola. Adam, I have just seen something about Barakola, I think, and it's something to do with him signing a new contract at PSG. I think that's what it was. I do think that he's up for a new deal. We'll have to see what that says. I'll have a look in a minute. Miscue says, only if Isaac isn't happening, Adam. Oh, interesting. I'm kind of... I do think that it will happen, Isaac, still... As of right now, I still think Liverpool sign Isaac. I think there's probably stuff going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of. I think a lot of the stuff that's been played out in media is being played out for the media and for the fans. I mean, Newcastle have taken Isaac off all the material now, aren't they, for like shopping stuff, like the shirts and everything. He's nowhere to be seen. So it's like they're already moving on themselves. Do you know what I mean? So we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Shauno, Wirtz had great link up with Ekitike. I agree with that. I think them two played really well together. I liked Ekitike's little touches as well. I think it reminded me very much of Firmino. I don't know if anyone else noticed, the little backheeled around the players and stuff like that, little one quick passes and stuff like that. It was very Firmino-esque and something obviously that Darwin Núñez unfortunately couldn't do. Mark 59, 2 centre backs, Isak, better quality on the bench. I'm greedy. I think we get a centre back, and I think we get Isak. I still do think that happens, guys. I really do. Gary Richards says Rio should have started. Cody is predictable. I am kind of surprised, to be fair, that Rio didn't get a run out yesterday. Many people had him in their predicted starting 11, so I am quite shocked that he didn't get a start there. Sean reckons we need some new badges. Yeah, man. We'll get onto them. I'll sort some out. Carl, we need Robbo's leadership. We do, mate. We do. You're right there, captain and everything like that. He probably needs a new deal, to be fair. In all fairness, what do you guys think? Should we give Robbo a new deal? Mark 59, Rio should have come on. I don't see Slot ever having the balls to take off Van Dijk and Salah. He's scared to do it. Maybe he don't want to do the whole Klopp thing, does he? About... Well, I think there was something else going behind the scenes when Salah and Klopp had that fallout on the side of the pitch. So we'll have to wait and see what we guys. Carl Russell again. I'm shocked Rio didn't get a run out. I think we all kind of are. Take it with a grain of salt segment. I ain't got nothing for that, mate. Nothing for that right now. However, what I will do, guys, just to show you what Sean is on about, we have had this. Well, Sean has had this made, I should say. So for videos in the future regarding stuff that I don't believe or anything like that, I just want to show you this. This is what we've had made. So that's what Sean has had made for the channel. So yeah, that'll be popping up every now and again. So basically, if I don't believe something, that is what's going to pop up on screen. Englishmen in town. Sorry. My main issue was more about how we played, losing second balls, couldn't get ball position for extended periods. Kirke's out of position a lot. Not sure if it was him or he was told to play very high. I think he's been told to play that way, and he played that way for Bournemouth. I mean, there was loads of times when we was playing against Bournemouth that Salah got in behind him and stuff like that a couple of times. So it's just a risk you're going to run in it, especially like we said this, didn't we? Back in the beginning of the transfer window when we signed, what's his face, Frimpong and Kirkers, that it was going to be very high. Was this system? You're going to be vulnerable down both sides, and it seems that it's going that way, guys. Like, you're probably going to need someone like a Gravenberch, someone or an Endo even, that's going to sit back and make that into a back three when we have got the ball a lot. So we'll have to just see how it runs out, guys. Miss Goozy, thank you very much, mate, for the super sticker there. Thank you, pal. Thank you. Appreciate it so much. Mark 59, well said. I've said the same. VVD shouldn't start. He should cover Gahey. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice thought. Sean, cheeky fucking, you know what I mean, Adam? That doesn't seem to be a lot of movement. Nah. I know things take a bit of time, mate. They do take a bit of time. Sean has been a member for 17 months and not 119 apparel t-shirt worn. Yeah, no, mate, they aren't now. Callum, couldn't believe Vert skies that shot in the second half. Was that this game? I don't know why, but I thought that was in the preseason match. You probably are right, mate. You probably are right. I can't believe that a lot of them missed penalties, to be fair, especially Salah. Like, you know, he's been off the ball with penalties all preseason. I think that might be, is that either the second or the third penalty he's missed? Yeah. There was some stuff going around that apparently Verts were taking over penalties, but then Martin was saying today that apparently Szoboszlai is taking over penalties. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what. He scored a fair few in a row, didn't he? Now he's missed a few in a row, so we'll have to just see what happens. Gary Richard Rodrigo is available. I think Rodrigo is being linked with City today. Am I right in saying that? I'm pretty sure they've said that he's off to City. And Mark says no chance of that. I'm just catching up on a few of these things here, guys. Ekitike looks class. I reckon Isak, Defo, and a centre-back. Bon, Liverpool selling Núñez means there's someone coming in, Isak, but we need another one up front. I don't think we need another one if we keep Chiesa. If Chiesa stays, I think we're fine, because we'll have 6 then. If you don't, and if you include Rio as well, that's 7. Well, is that right? Am I right in saying that? We'll have Gakpo, Isak. Ekatike, Salah, Chiesa 5. Yeah, Rio 6. Yeah, you'd have 6, wouldn't you? So maybe. Mark 59. VVD said we need another striker, but if he defended better, we wouldn't need a striker. We are in same as Klopp having to win 3-2 every game now. Why can't we win 1-0? It's exciting though, isn't it? But 1-0s are very boring. But I get your point, pal. I get your point. But we'll have to wait and see. Some of the most exciting times under Klopp was in them times when we just absolutely bombed forward, wasn't it? So it's on Slot to get it right though. And I think people saying that Slot's under a lot of pressure this season are talking rubbish. Like, yeah, we've just won the league, but no one expected us to win the league last year. So I don't think he's under any pressure. I mean, people are saying about all the money he's spent as well, but look at the money we've brought in. I think the net spend currently now is like £90 million or something daft like that. So we ain't spent much. If anyone's under pressure this year, it's Mikel Arteta. Like, honestly, that guy spent what, £500 million or something daft like that over 5 years, something ridiculous. That lad's under pressure. Callum, Mark actually took Salah off last season and the sub scored away at PSG. Good shout, man. Good shout. Our rival fans and some of our own fans not taking this Community Shield defeat a little too seriously, writing off Slot, Salah and Virgil. Do you know what it is with the Community Shield, Charity Shield, whatever it is? If you win it, you think it's like the best thing ever. If you lose it, you're not asked. So it is kind of what it is. Some fans take the piss out of like Mourinho and Arteta when they've won it, saying, "Oh, like they're claiming that as a trophy type thing." But then when we've kind of like lost it, not even asked about it. So we'll have to see. Miscuja likes the grain of salt. Matt Bingley, Kirkes will be a great signing. Give him time. I agree. He's very impactful in it. And what's the other thing he did as well? Like he mentioned something, didn't he, yesterday when it was like someone asked him about pressure, and he said, "Playing football's not pressure; it's a privilege." Or something like people that can't afford meals, that's pressure. Living paycheck to paycheck, that's pressure. Somewhat along them lines. I might have got it wrong, but that's apparently what he said. Apparently, we're going man to man this season a bit more. Hopefully, well, I don't even know. I've always kind of thought that like man to man is the best, and like zonal's a little bit. You kind of running the lines there, aren't you? Because just because you're in your zone, then the opposition can pack out the other zone, don't they? And make it a bit more of a numbers game in them parts. So if you are playing man to man, then hopefully all being well, you are defending a little bit better. Shauno says Slot was the greatest manager ever. The new Bob Paisley, and saw someone calling him Brendan Rodgers Part 2. Evening, Jen. Bond, did Slot pick the vice captain yet? I'm not sure, pal. I'm not sure. I don't think it's been mentioned anyway. I will have a look after this when we've caught up with all these. Verts did waste a sitter. I must have missed it. Like I say, I did. Sean knows what happened during the game yesterday. Salah's chance later on should have scored. That I do remember that one. That was a pretty. I think if Salah was on form, he would have banged that in 100%. Jen's been a member for 6 months now. Big up, Jen. Jen wants some centre backs, and Sean thinks we're losing our shit over this game. And Jen says we need centre backs. End of. Slot needs to have more faith in Rio. I think we'll see Rio a lot this year. I do think we'll see him. I think he'll definitely play League Cup, FA Cup, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a run out in the league as well. I really wouldn't, especially depending what happens with the front line right now. He did that. All this talking. Not used to it. So for me, I think we are ready for the season, and we will know more on Friday in the opener, 8:00. Oh, look at that. As soon as I turned up on X, that's what's just been popped up by Liverpool, the Premier League opener. Virgil there in that picture. So yeah, I think we're getting there, but we will know more on Friday, depending if we actually are 100% ready or not. Ready or not, I swear that's a game I was going to get the other day. So, what's the latest surrounding this stuff on Isaac? So, Fabrizio Romano's put something out on givemesport.com, and he's basically said that as long as the deal for Isak remains alive, as they wait for Newcastle's decision, the Reds wait and prepare their strategy as the Swedish striker also insists on playing at Anfield this season, but the ball is in Newcastle's court. This is why Liverpool discussed internally about alternatives, and Barcola is considered as one of the best players in the world by Liverpool. If he's considered one of the best players in the world by you, then you go and buy him, right? Am I stupid for suggesting that? What's this one here? The new deal proposal is ready, and PSG expect Barcola to stay unless the player makes a different decision. Reports in Fabrizio Romano. Interesting. But I'm still of the same opinion of what I said earlier on. I think that Isak happens, guys. I really do. I think it happens this summer. I think it's just all being played out in public right now a little bit. There's probably stuff going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of. Like, I think I've been pushing around this number of 135 million for the past couple of weeks now, that we got from Martin, and a lot of the reports and stuff are starting to come out saying it could be that as well. Or about 135 million. You know, Alex Crook said that Liverpool bid 110, which is not short of what they expect Newcastle would accept. There was something from the Newcastle journalist earlier on today saying that they wanted 150, but they might have to do something around 130. So again, that's the 135. I do kind of go with the theme that Liverpool may not get the Isak deal done until after they've played Newcastle. So I'm just literally looking that up now, actually. Like, when do we play Newcastle? Because that's a home game, away game, sorry. We play them at their stadium, don't we? So it's the second game of the season. Yeah. So the 25th of August. Second game at season. I don't think it gets done before then. I really don't. I can't see Newcastle selling him to Liverpool and then letting him play against them. I don't think that happens. So yeah, 25th of August. Keep that date in mind, guys, because you got to remember as well, the transfer window doesn't shut until, is it a week after that? It is, isn't it? The following week. So you've got a week or so to get it done. So I guess we'll have to just wait and see, what we guys. But I do kind of fully expect Isak to sign. I just do. I'd be surprised if it didn't happen, guys. I really would. It'd shock me. So I'm going to put a poll up actually now. I want to see where you're all at with it all. I'm going to ask you all, does Isak, I can spell, sign? Yes or no? There you go. The poll is up now, guys. Let us know what you think. Someone had the message taken off. It just says there, someone's message was retracted. Not sure what happened there. Where were we up to everyone's comments? I can't remember where we were now. Gary, do we need a defender, do you think? Yeah, we do, 100%. Like, you've got the uncertainty around the whole Kanate stuff that's happening. You know, he's in the last year of his contract now. Is he going to go? You've sold Kwanzaa. Gomez, unfortunately, just can't stay fit. Do you know what I mean? Like, he can't be relied upon to be fit, so you need someone to come in there as well. So what centre-backs have we actually got now? It's, you know, you've got, technically you can play Endo there, can't you? Robbo's played there. So you've got them two plus Van Dijk and Kanate. Yeah, you definitely need at least one, don't you? Unless you're going to promote one of the kids. What was it, Stevenson and Nalo? They've both played a lot in pre-season, didn't they, as well? Do you know, I was actually thinking the other day, Mark Gahey and that other kid. What's he called now? I did the video on him the other day. Oh, the kid from Parma. What's his name? I can't remember. But anyway, the 18-year-old kid from Parma. I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool signed both of them. I could see that happening. You know, you're bringing Gay to compete with Kanate for that right-sided position, and then you bring in like a young 18-year-old that could become the long-term successor to Van Dijk. You know, we all kind of thought that was going to. Well, I thought that was going to be Joel Hatto, but you know, he's obviously gone and joined Chelsea, so that's a bit of a. They got him cheap as well, 40 mil. He's going to be a player. Him as long as he plays to his ability, I think he'll be a right player. Him, in all fairness, I really do. But yeah, I think Liverpool need. They need one, definitely. If Liverpool don't get a centre-back signed before the end of the window, I think that's tragic. And I think it's almost as bad as the season when, well, it'll probably just be as bad as the season when we were playing Henderson and Fabinho at centre-back. That's how bad I think it could be. Because you just can't rely on Gomez. And even Kanate over the past couple of years has picked up injuries, hasn't he? So you definitely need to bring at least one in. Andy says, I'm afraid we are woefully short of forwards and we're playing a very dangerous game. Well, unfortunately, we lost Jota. And obviously, we sold Diaz and we sold Nunez. So we're down 3 from last year. You brought in Rio, so that's 4. You've brought in Ekatike, so that's 5. You are probably short of someone off the bench, who would have been in that Jota role. I do think that tragic event has like kind of shaped our window a little bit, to be fair. It's weird, isn't it? To think about like right now, who is the second striker? Is it Chiesa? Is that where he's playing? Because I know he's played a few games in pre-season now. Or is that literally just down to numbers not being available? That's why they played him. Gakpo can obviously play there as well. He's done it, but he isn't really good at doing it. I mean, I can't see Liverpool going out there and signing a Barcola or Rodrigo. I just think that if you sign one of them, then you're going to stifle Rio's development. I know he's only like 16, 17, but we've all been impressed with how he's done this so far this pre-season. So I want to be giving him as many first team minutes as he possibly can. So I wouldn't be bringing anybody in that could, especially playing that left-hand side. You're looking for someone that's going to go down the middle and compete with Ekatike. So if it's not Isak, it's got to be someone in a very similar mold to him. And I can't think of anybody out there that could do it. They're all being snapped up now, haven't they? I do love the fact that Arsenal are absolutely buzzing that they got Gyökeres. I think he's going to be pants, guys. Like I will hold my hands up and say I am wrong if that guy is a success this year. But when he was linked with Liverpool and everybody out there were saying, "Oh, let's go get Gyökeres, let's go get him," I was like, "No chance, guys. I do not rate him at all." So again, as I say, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I do not think he'll be a success for Arsenal. And I think he might get Mikel Arteta the sack, because if Arsenal don't win out this year, he has to go. He has to go. 5 years. All that money spent. Nah, he has to go. Anyway, let's get back to Liverpool. Do you think we can lowball for Isak 120 mil? No. Newcastle are under no pressure to sell right now. 120, I don't know. He's got 3 years left in his deal. No, I don't, guys. I think Liverpool have to pay a reasonable amount for him. Probably the exact amount that Newcastle want. I do think if the player hadn't kicked up as much fuss as he has done, 150 million would definitely be the number. But I think they've brought it down to about... Oh, gosh, sorry, guys. But I do think they've brought it down to about 135. I reckon that gets the deal done. Callum says, I can really see Ekatike having a flyer on Friday, maybe getting 2 or 3 goals. I do too. I was really impressed with him on Sunday. I thought he was really, really good. And especially seeing him in Verts link up was nice. I do think, again, I saw someone saying that the lack of penetration and stuff from the left-hand side, from Gakpo, like we're missing the work rate from Diaz. That was there as well. But as I think you mentioned early on, Callum, as well, about Bournemouth's backline not being as good as it was. I do think we'll have a good game on Friday, and I can see Ekitike getting a few shots and a few goals, because he was having shots on Sunday, wasn't he? And he was unlucky with a couple of them. So he seems to have that like instinct, doesn't he, where he can just take a shot and smash it and it goes in. So look forward to more of that. Sean, it's amazing the amount of freakouts the media and rival fans are having regarding how we are handling our business, especially over Isaac. It's always the same, mate. It's always the same. I mean, you know, we were doing it with Chelsea, we were doing it with City, and now we're obviously spending money, but it's our turn now. Do you know what I mean? So, fuck them. I don't care. I don't care. Gary, I was gutted Liverpool didn't win the trophy yesterday. It's all about silverware, and I want Liverpool to win the lot. Good mentality to have, mate. Good mentality to have. I know, especially when I'm playing Football Manager, I like to win everything, and I class the Community Shield as a trophy. So these are all the Monday night stuff for Newcastle. Mark 59, the winners of the Charity Shield don't go on to win the league. Thanks, Palace. We know who will win the league. Sean O in response to Minty, I wouldn't have thought so, Minty. Newcastle will push us till deadline day. Maybe. Jen, we cannot wait around for Isaac. I think he's worth waiting around for. But we'll have to wait and see. Callum, or maybe they will sell him on Sunday, knowing his medical and everything won't be done by Monday night. Yeah, potentially, pal. Potentially. Andy, I don't think Isaac will come until the next window. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Leone, that's the one. Thank you, Callum and Mark, for that, and Miss Guzzi and Shauno. Thank you for that. Van Heck at Brighton, he could be a good player. Yeah, I think he'd be pretty decent to come in, to be fair. Mark 59, if Barcola the best, why haven't Real Madrid or PSG or PSG playing him? Like, yeah. To be fair, though, PSG do have probably like the best front line in the world football. Like Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Desi Doué. Like, they've got some right talent going forward. Shauno says, I'd have gone for Gahey and Hato. Hato went to Chelsea. I'd put Inacio. I'm from what do you mean push for Inacio? Inacio, for me, I find it fascinating that no one snapped him up already. João Mande over at Sporting as well. I think he's a good centre-back. I think he'd do really good for Liverpool. Yeah, we'll have to just wait and see what happens, pal. But it is interesting that the Inacio stuff of him moving anywhere has just gone dead, hasn't it? We've done that one with Mark. How long is Gomez out injured? I don't think there's any actual timeline on it, but was it him I was talking about? I think I thought he'd done his ACL, but someone said he'd done his Achilles or something. So it might be like 2 or 3 weeks. He might be back before the end of the month. I'll have to wait and see. Jen says we must get our defense sorted out and then go for Isaac. I agree. Sean says we also have to think about the AFCON. We do. Callum says crazy how the ball landed in at 2020 with having a weird swerve in the shot. Yeah, man. Well, that was quite interesting, was that, and quite telling as well. I think it was really good, was that, to be fair. Sean says 23 people on stream and only 16 likes. Come on, folks. How many we got new? I've not even checked that. Mark 59, all Newcastle need to do is say to Liverpool, don't play Isaac against us. Part of the deal. Liverpool would agree to get the deal done with, of course, 30 mil. I don't know, mate. You probably, some type of stuff like that probably does happen, but we'll have to just wait and see. Yeah, I think this could be Arteta's last season, Toronto. Daryl, unfortunately, Isaac is staying at Newcastle. Difficult goal to take. Ekitike. Bloody hell, I didn't even realise how many comments there were. Mark says he doesn't trust Endo at centre-back. He came on yesterday and did nothing. Andy, I will say one positive thing. I thought Wirtz was a joy to watch. I agree with that, mate. Yeah, Leone. Do you think we should try and sign Babella? I think you would need to spend a stupid amount of money to sign that kid. So, yeah, I don't know, mate. If you could get him for 50, 60 million, yeah, probably. But I think, again, you're going to be looking at Wirtz money for him. It's Brighton. Brighton loves selling players for more and more money. So you'll be spending more than Caicedo on him. Daryl again, 2 centre backs, or we are in big trouble. I agree. Hincapié is what we need, believe me. Adam, from Guy Richards. Adam, Isak doesn't walk into the team. No, I don't think he does. He hasn't played the preseason. He's supposedly out injured. So I don't think you'd see him until Champions League starts. Because you don't need to rotate right now because you're only playing 1 game a week. So you bring him in, you get him up to speed, and then you let him go in the Champions League, maybe. That's what I'd do with him. Callum said that PSG front three is a joy to watch, to be honest, other than ours. Yeah, they're really good, to be fair. Yeah. Gay's done, in my opinion. You saw him with Slot yesterday. Yeah, I did see that picture. Yes, I did see that picture about of Gay and Slot shaking hands, and then Van Dijk was like this in the background, like I did see that. Oh God. Right. So I think that's pretty much up to date with the Isak stuff then, guys, from what everything's been going on today. I mean, like Ben, what's this from Ben Jacobs here? What's he saying? You know what, Shauno, you're right. We need to do this, Shauno. Right, guys, we're about to talk about something from Ben Jacobs, so we will use this right now. Where's it gone? Right, we've done that now, so it's time for Ben Jacobs. If you don't know, guys, I don't think Ben Jacobs is worth listening to. What's this? So Newcastle FC Edge have posted a snap of him saying that Isak will sign a new deal. And then Ben Jacobs responded to that saying, "You've taken this out of context. How about you post a full answer instead of starting mid-sentence?" Then they go back to him. The video of you saying those words is there, Ben. Did you mean to say something else? And then he's just post the actual answer. You know this is a mid-sentence. The worst kind of aggregator. You take a video from the day of Liverpool's rejected bid, so not even current, and you clip out the context instead of claiming new news today on a likelihood of a new contract, which is not what was said at the time. And in doing so, you are misleading your own fan base. What was said was Newcastle will gain that likelihood if they can reintegrate him, which they haven't. The point was, how will Isak react immediately after the bid? And we now know it hasn't been favourable for Newcastle. Here is the full old video, by the way, which you are twisting and presenting as today's news. So there we go. Ben Jacobs defending himself on all the power to him, but he still deserves one of these bad boys anyway. He still deserves one of them. That indie guy was right about Louis Good City. Did you see? You know what? I know Sean. I see his thing is stuff there. Do you know what? I saw something the other day that apparently that indie account has passed hands 3 times, and right now it's owned by some journalists. And yeah, they do put stuff out there for shits and giggles, but they do put legit stuff out. So I would probably pay a little bit of attention to indie, but at the same time, don't take everything as gospel. I would still use this as my rating for indie. Everyone's gonna get bored of me using this. I'd still use that for indie right now. But he has started getting some stuff right. So yeah. Where are we up to? Everything going on? Hello, Owen. Hope you're doing well, pal. I say Liverpool just pay the full 150 million euros to get the deal over the line to stop this saga. 150 million euros, I think it is about 135 million pound. So yeah, I would pay that as well. Shono loves it. Liverpool videos. Hey mate, how's it going? I'm good, pal. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Indy is a clickbait merchant. Shauno, I'm telling you, it's not called AKM for nothing. I'm telling you. Would you rather sign Isak and Leone or Barcola and Leone? Isak and Leone. I would. Andy agrees about Ben Jacob. Wasok? I don't know how to pronounce that word, mate. I can't do stuff like that. Shauno, he's fab undercover. He was right about Verts to Liverpool, so he hasn't got much wrong this summer. No, he hasn't. He hasn't got much wrong this summer, to be fair. And he was the one that mentioned. Who was it? He mentioned it wasn't Rodrigo. Wasn't the one that he meant? He mentioned it literally. A couple of hours before Ornstein did, and then David Ornstein tagged him in it. Oh, you're gonna make me look. You're not gonna make me. I'm gonna make myself look now, aren't I? David Ornstein. Which one was it? I don't know how far back I'm gonna have to go here. Oh, it's that one there. United made contact with Brighton over Carlos Balba. And Indy said it first. So actually, David Ornstein put out his article, and then underneath it, he put after Indy. So yeah, he has got some stuff right. What we got else going off here? David says, just get it done. Stop faffing about. Callum says, I swear Ben Jacobs was a Chelsea journalist at one point. Yeah, and there's a whole story, mate. If you want to go on to, well, maybe you don't want to do this actually. I've told Shauno about this. Shauno knows what I'm talking about. And I don't know how to say this without. If you look on Google and type in like Ben Jacobs sacked, maybe is the word you want to look at. Look at that. See what it's all about, and you'll understand a little bit more. But basically, Ben Jacobs made his name when Liverpool was put for sale by FSG, and he then became TalkSport's Middle East correspondent and stuff like that, didn't he? For the whole Saudi Pro League and everything like that. So, just have a look. Ben Jacobs sacked, and you'll find out some more stuff. Where else we going? We got here. He said that we're going to put a bid in the next 3 days, which is going to cause fireworks. Sean was having a thingy there. What's your biggest dream with this channel, mate? I'll be straight with you. Like, I started this out because I studied media and stuff like that, and I've loved talking about football. I've followed Liverpool my whole life and everything like that, and I just wanted a place to put out some creative stuff, and it kind of went from there. Basically, like I never mentioned anything. I never wanted to like do memberships or anything like that, but the channel's kind of like taken off a little bit. So if I could turn this into something where I could do it full time, then yeah, obviously I think that would be everyone's dream. Do you know what I mean? Like I think everybody would love to do something that they're passionate about full time. So I'd probably say that would be it. Do you know what I mean? To earn enough just to get by and do this every day. Do you know? So that would probably be the dream, pal. Where are we up to? I want to start when I'd love to do this full time, but I know how hard it is. You just gotta start, pal. Just start. Just do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally, that's what I was like. Just do it. I would just start, pal. Sean was exclusive with me. For penalties, seakeepers cheating and cover up needs to stop. I think they have to just have their. I'll be honest with you. I'm not too happy where even Alisson, to be fair, I've got that little paper wrapped around the bottle when it tells them where players are most likely to take it. I don't like that, but we would be stupid to not think that they studied that anyway behind the scenes, you know, at training. Like, go to like a media room or something like that and be like, right, these are the last 15 penalties that this player's took. Watch, what do you notice? Blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I do think they should probably get that that paper off the bottles. I think that needs to go. Where else are we up to? You've seen the bench. Yeah. Minty, I'm not sure if you've mentioned this, but I believe Newcastle have removed Isaac merchandise from the club shop. This is a massive statement. Yes, they have, pal. They have removed it. Yeah, it is. It's massive, mate. It's massive. It really is. I don't listen. You talk crap. There, some Welsh pubs that owned by them. What? I don't know that. I don't know what you mean by that, David, pal. Andy says I talk a lot of sense. Thank you, pal. I do see their ads. Does that make decent money? No, it doesn't, mate. And a lot of my videos, I don't put ads. I don't monetize a lot of my stuff. If you see an ad on one of my channels, 9 times out of 10, that probably goes to YouTube, because YouTube put ads on everything anyway. The only way you don't see ads is if you get that YouTube Premium monthly thing, which I had to bite the bullet on because it was doing my head in watching all the ads and everything like that. So yeah, just because you see ads doesn't necessarily mean that the person who's made the video has monetized it. YouTube just put stuff on anyway, because I know that the Jota video I did when he passed, I 100% did not monetize that video. I showed Sean, I did not monetize that video. And there was ads on it. So it goes straight to what is it? YouTube. Owen Webb, I hope we can end this transfer window with Isaac and Matt Gahey, and I'll be confident with the season. I agree, mate. Craig likes my thoughts because I'm your ref. It's agreed, mate. It's agreed. I do agree with this as well, Liverpool videos. Just be careful what you're saying, what you put out in public. Be prepared for online trolls. The minute it messes with your mentality, leave it. Yeah. Yeah. Same. Literally, anyone starts talking crap on here, I just block them, and it's funny as out because they don't know they're blocked and they can keep talking into the ether. So that's just funny as out. Craig asks, will they try to get 2 more players? I believe so, mate. I believe so. Got Gavin here. Gavin, the winner of our quiz last year. Welcome, Gavin. Welcome. Thoughts about the new TNT pundits? I'll be serious, you mate. I don't think that TNT should exist, to be fair. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? The amount of services you got to pay for now to get like all of your different stuff and everything like that. Champions League should just be back on like ITV3 or something. ITV1, is that right? Channel 3? Yeah, it should be back on there. Free to anything. I can't even believe that the Charity Shield was on Sky Sports. Or no, TNT, wasn't it? It was on TNT. I can't even believe that. Like, that's normally like BBC One or something. Do you know what I mean? Nah, it's all corporate greed now. It's all corporate greed. Minty, do you change your duvet every day? No. No. Talk Sport is owned by the Sun. That's why I don't follow. Ah, okay, man. Yeah, I understand. You understand. Liverpool videos. I like Leo goals, to be fair. I do think I do like Leo goals a lot. Isaac 114 million. Anything happened with the parade and the injured? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Ian Kin, what is the realistic price point for Isaac? About 130 million. 130. To succeed with a channel, do you think you need to have a bit of clickbait clips? Not well. I've not. I'd like to think that I don't do that. I'd leave that up to your guys' opinion. I'd like to think I don't clickbait. I mean, a lot of the big channels, obviously, they do it to get people in, and a lot of channels that do a lot of fan reactions and shit. Like, you know, the stuff that I can't get over, and I will never ever do it. And Um, I've never done it. So basically, it's those thumbnails where people are like, I can't get, I don't get how people do that. I just don't get it. Even like non-gaming stuff, like I follow a lot of NFL and like, did I just say gaming? I follow a lot of gaming stuff, a lot of NFL stuff, and I see these people's thumbnails, and it's just like they're at a floating head with like words in front of them, and I'm just like, oh my days, crazy. But yeah, I'll never do that. Like I like to have a little bit of a mess about with editing styles and stuff like that, and creative stuff on the thumbnails because it's like what I do type thing. But yeah, I try not to clickbait as best I can, mate. Well, at all. I don't think I do anyway. I'll tell you what, Sean, if I can find that interview, I'll put it in the chat now. I'm not sure though if that was behind a paywall, mate. I'm not sure if it was behind the membership. Because of what was mentioned in it. I think you asked me to keep it behind the paywall for members. So I'm not 100% sure, mate, about that one, if it's available or not. I'll do these top 6 in that after I've answered these questions, mate. Yeah, I try to save a lot of people at the time. So yeah, Sean knows in the chat and Adam, AKM. Adam knows more. What's my honest thought on Craig from Anfield Agenda? So I've never met the guy, so I can't really have an opinion on him. Do you know what I mean? But you know, all I will say is to be able to do like a live show that's long every single day, you must cover a lot of stuff that you know is not real, or true, to be fact. Yeah, I would. If I was to turn this into a full-time gig, I wouldn't be reacting to a lot of the stuff from a lot of the places that he probably does. But each to their own. Everyone's got to earn the money, haven't they, and stuff like that. So, but as a man, I've never met him, so I can't have an opinion on him. But on it, the way he does that, I wouldn't go down the same path. Let's just say that. M87, the video Nunes put out last night was emotional to watch the last 30 seconds race. I've not seen it. I'll have to have a look at that. Okay. Yeah, I think Sean told me that he gets bigger numbers than Redmen and Anfield Rap. You know, yeah. I used to watch a lot of Redmen TV when I was younger in Anfield Rap. I don't watch it so much anymore. So it was released. I'll have to find it then, mate. I'll have to find it. What striker would you go for outside of Isaac if it doesn't happen? Do you know what I said this earlier on? I don't think there's another one, is there? Like, is there another out and out striker out there? Sesko's gone. Gyökeres has gone. Morata's just signed for somebody else. We've got Ekitike. João Pedro's just been signed. Cunha's gone. And Mbuemo's gone. That's a tough one. If I could pick one, it was realistic. I'd probably say. I would probably say how can I say Valverde then? Not Valverde. Vlahovic from Juve. Maybe him potentially. I reckon you could get him a lot cheaper than you could get all the other ones. Yeah, but I'll have to wait and see. Got deleted off his channel. Gary, do you still enjoy chips and onion gravy? I do, mate. I do. In fact, I like the chips and curry sauce. Me and Sean, I'll get when we've been to Anfield. Jenna can do one now. Tag me up for saying we got rid of wrong. You can't. If you can't get rid of people for having an opinion, like we have people on here that have opinions and stuff, and we keep them. Like Bond sometimes says something on here all the time, and we, you know, do you know what I mean? We welcome disagreements on here. If anyone disagrees with anything I said, you can put it in the channel, and as long as you're respectful, I'm not going to block you or anything daft like that. Do you know what I mean? I like debate, so yeah. You would never find that over here, pal. And to be honest with you, I don't agree with what you're saying. I do think Gakpo fits the system a little bit better, but I can see this being Gakpo's last season. He needs to put on a show this year, otherwise he'll be gone as well. Shauna was interviewed by Craig when he had another channel. I don't like reading stuff out that's gonna, you know what I mean, talk bad about people, so I'll leave that one there. Who's my favourite Liverpool content creator? I like Lawrence McKenna. I like how he goes in depth. A lot of the stuff that I do regarding like setups and stuff like that. I like Lawrence McKenna. If you don't know who he is, he used to be with True Geordie, is that right? On the kickoff and stuff like that. He's gone by himself now. I think it's Lawrence McKenna on Liverpool FC. Good channel, lots of in-depth chat on there. Yeah, he's my favourite Liverpool content creator. Craig says, this is the channel is my main, sometimes Redmen TV. Como trying to build for a competitive Serie A season. Yeah, I mean, aren't they managed by Fabregas? So yeah, potentially, yeah. Oshiman is a... I thought, has he not been signed by Galatasaray? I thought that had happened. Minter, what about the Palace striker as a backup? Oh, Mateta didn't have a good game yesterday, did he? Sean, I don't watch many LFC YouTube accounts. A lot of them are led by elite, so a lot of them saying the same thing. I like Leon Goals, Dugout, and Mighty Reds. Yeah, I've not watched a lot of Leo Goals. I've seen a lot of his stuff on Instagram, same as Mighty Reds. I do follow them on Insta. And Doug as well. We've had Doug on this channel, and I did watch his Premier League predictions. So that gave me the idea to do my little bit at the end of this show. So yeah, yeah. How do I feel about Dominic's performance at the Shield? He lost the ball a lot. I think it comes with the position he's playing in. He's been asked to play the McAllister role to pass the ball around a fair bit. So I think it's just tied to the position and what he was asked to do. So I like him playing there, though. I think he would be pretty good. Do you think it's crazy how some people think Rio should start over Gakpo already? Too much recency bias. No, I don't know. I think I kind of agree with what Bond's been saying regarding what Bond's saying. What did Bond say a couple of weeks back? If you're good enough, you're old enough. So I still probably put Gakpo first, but I do think we'll see a lot more of Rio this year. Big up, I'm new. How are you? And the chat, I'm good, Matthew. I'm good. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy it and stick around, pal. Hope you enjoy it. Sean says he likes Lawrence McKenna as well. Yeah, I like him as well. I think he's pretty good. I'm quite fond of cheesy chips and we've started something here, haven't we? Gary Richards, we've started something here. The Blood Red podcast is good. I don't think I've watched that for ages. I'll have to give that a listen. And yeah, Jamie Phillips, I think I've been on his... Was I on his channel? I think I've been on Jamie Phillips' channel, yeah. Yeah, he's a good lad. He's been on here as well, so we've had him on here. Yeah, I like Jamie Phillips. But yeah, I like to interact with Jamie Phillips and his chat and stuff. But if I was to just sit and watch a video when I was at work, for instance, I would watch Lawrence McKenna if he's got anything out. I like how he does things. But yeah, if I want to sit and watch like a live stream or something, I put Jamie on, even if I'm at work, to be fair. Because I like how he interacts with the chat and everything like that. I do like it. Craig, I think Gakpo will like, I don't know. Sorry, mate, I can't read that, mate. Sorry. Shano, forget Isaac. Do you think we are one of the favourites of the Prem, or do you think Chelsea? I think if we get Isaac, we are 100% favourites for the Prem, and I would say we are one of the favourites for the Champions League as well. Yeah, Shauno is my social media manager. Anything you see on Facebook or Instagram, it's all him. I don't even think I've got the login to the Instagram anymore. You've done well. You've set up a new one, didn't you? And I don't think I've even logged into it yet. So yeah. Anfield Index, yes, I used to listen to them as well a lot. I did used to listen to them, and more chatter as well. I do think that. Liverpool videos. If we don't get Isaac, would you rather Barcola or Rodrigo? Probably Barcola, but I don't know if that's just because I like how PSG are playing. I don't know. It's the same password, I think. Send me it over, mate, so I can log into it. I've not been on it for ages. So yeah. Right, guys, we've been going for an hour, bloody hell, by myself as well. I'm gonna have a sore throat tomorrow. So I've got it written down in my little book of AKM. You can't even see it. It's one side. It's this side. There you go. It's all blurred as well, so you can't make it out. So I've got written down here what I think the 3 teams to go down will be, and then my top 6 as well. So I'll go through my relegation stuff first, and I want to see if you guys agree with it or not. Zuberman, the latest update on where's the limit? Was it? All right. So let's have a look. I think, right, in fact, I'm gonna cut this bit out. So future Adam, this is where you cut it out, mate. Yeah, cut it out now. So I think the 3 teams to get relegated this season will be Sunderland, Burnley, and Brentford. Now, we've seen it over the past few years that a lot of teams that do get promoted are genuinely relegated straight away. And so I do think Sunderland and Burnley will go. And I do think the fact that Brentford have lost Thomas Frank, they've lost Mbeumo, they're about to lose Wissa, is that his name? Something like that. I think they'll struggle this year. I think I can see Brentford struggling. And I was in a toss-up between Brentford and Leeds, to be fair. But because I live in Leeds, I'm from Leeds, I have to give them a bit of a push, otherwise my friends will disown me. So yeah, I think Brentford go down. That's probably a hot take there, I'd probably say, in all fairness. Depending on how good Brentford have been over the past few years. But I guess we'll just see how much of an impact Thomas Frank was, and the players that they've got. So, do you know what's not a bad shout though as well that I've not actually even thought about? It was someone mentioned it earlier. I think it was who was it who mentioned it earlier? I can't scroll through all this earlier, but one of you guys mentioned it about someone's back line being completely ripped apart. Bournemouth. Maybe Bournemouth go down this year, guys, instead of Brentford. I didn't think of that when I did these, so good shout, whoever mentioned that. If I could swap anything there, I'd probably put Bournemouth in for Brentford, but we'll see. Now, in 6th place, I have got Aston Villa. I think a lot of that depends on whether or not that Ollie Watkins stays and they can keep some players fit and everything like that. But I do see Aston Villa having a decent season again. I think they've got a good team down there. In 5th, Spurs. I think Thomas Frank is one of the best Premier League managers we've had in a long time. I wouldn't have, turned my nose up at him coming to Liverpool, in all fairness, back when Klopp left. I think they've made some good signings. I probably would have preferred if Elliot had go there rather than potentially going to Leipzig. Do you know what I mean? So I could see him going there, especially with James Maddison having that recent injury as well. But I don't think that went far, did it? I think, was it someone like Paul Joyce or someone said that they made a communication with Liverpool but didn't take it any further. So, but yeah, I think the signings that Spurs have made, the manager they've got, I think Spurs finish 5th. 4th place, I've got City. I think City finished 4th. I don't think Haaland will have as bad a season as he did last year, but I do think they're going to miss De Bruyne a lot. Even his off the field stuff, his leadership and everything like that. Yes, Rodri's back from his injury, but I do think it'll take a bit of time for him to come back from it all. Yes, they've signed Shirky. Apparently, they were going to sign Rodrigo or whatever. But I think that this is it. I think City need to have a proper rebuild. I really do. They were going to sell. Have they sold Edison? Has he gone? They were selling Edison, weren't they? And they brought in that Trafford kid. Has that happened? I saw him being linked with someone. Has he actually left? He was close to leaving to go to like Galatasaray or something daft like that, wasn't he? No, he's still there. He's still at Man City. Huh. Right. Well, they brought in that James Trafford, haven't they? So, yeah. Yeah. I would see what happens with that one, to be fair, I guess, with City. But I've got them down at 4th. 3rd place, I've got Arsenal. I think Arsenal finished 3rd, and I think Arteta gets the sack. I do think. I just don't think Gyökeres is what they think he is. Madueke, the winger, didn't really tear it up at Chelsea, did he? So yeah, I think Arsenal have a worse season this year. I really do. 2nd place, I have Chelsea. They've obviously won the Club World Cup. They've got Cole Palmer. The team seems to be gelling a lot. I know that Shauno and a few people don't agree with how many players they've signed. Like, I think he said the other day that he needs a new centre-back, and they've got like 10 centre-backs on the books. But I do think they play good football, and I do think the manager's starting to get the best out of them right now. So yeah, I guess we'll have to just wait and see, guys, won't we? Regarding that, but I do think Chelsea come 2nd. So that means for me, I've got Man United winning. I've got Liverpool winning the league again, guys. Obviously, I need to back my team. A lot of this does go on the fact that Liverpool would sign Isak. That's what I'm putting a lot of this on. I will say, if Liverpool do not sign Isak and don't get a centre back, I think Liverpool could potentially drop down to 3rd, depending on injuries, obviously. And I won't lie to you guys, the pre-season that Salah's been having hasn't been the best at all. And it's quite worrying that he's missed 2 penalties now and everything like that. And his head doesn't really seem to, it's not his head, but he just doesn't seem to be at it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he just needs to warm up a little bit. And then obviously we're losing for the AFCON anyway. So we'll have to see what happens. But as of is right now, taking into consideration that I still think Liverpool sign Isak, I think Liverpool win the league if they sign centre-backs and Isak. If they don't, I could see him dropping down to 3rd and Chelsea going to win the league. But yeah, that's basically my predictions, guys. So just to run through it one last time. Bottom 3, Sunderland, Burnley, Brentford. 6th place, I've got Aston Villa. In 5th, I've got Spurs. 4th, City. 3rd, Arsenal. 2nd, Chelsea. And champions again is Liverpool. So there you have it, guys. That is my little quick predictions. Craig's leaving us. Hope you have a good day, Craig. Speak to you a bit later, mate. Shauna wants me to do some more work, sending him a graphic of my prediction so he can post it. Of course I will, mate. But yeah, right then, guys. I think I'll cut the stream there. I've been going quite long here. That's not too bad. But yeah, Sean will put a post up on the Instagram and the Facebook. I will cut this little bit out as well of the video so you guys can come back to it later and put some comments there regarding your own predictions and let me know if you think I'm full of shit or whatever. Just let me know, guys. Yes, Sunderland have spent 200 million, but there's been a fair few teams that have spent a lot of money and still gone down. So we'll have to wait and see what we make. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I've enjoyed this stream today. Let me know what you all think of the video in the comments and everything. Make sure you're hitting the like button on the way out, guys, and I will catch you in some videos later in the week. And we will back again next Monday for another live stream. I will catch you then, guys. Thanks for watching.